What's up, my peeps? Welcome back to Let's Talks Vibes, where the vibes are at. You know what I'm saying? It's all a vibe here. It's all a good vibe. It's all positivity here. Please don't come with no negativity. If you want some inspo, something to, just like, it's just to like really get to you. You guys know I'm all about the good vibes. I try to spread the good vibes, inspire you guys with good vibes through my experiences, through my wisdom, through, just stuff that I see or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, welcome. If you're new, welcome. If you are always tuning into the podcast, which you should be, welcome back. How are you guys? How are you feeling? What's good with you? How are you feeling? Have you asked yourself today, how are you feeling? How are you doing? Just checking up with you, checking up with your soul, checking up with your inner child. My peeps, we trying to heal and we're just trying to grow, baby. We glowing and growing, baby. So, today's episode, it's a lit one. I don't ever want to like really talk about negativity. I'm not going to talk about negativity, but I'm touching on it a little bit just because, I'm big on speaking into existence, and it's like when saying negativity, it's like, but we're no. We're positivity. We're just kind of, using it to like talk about positivity. You know what I'm saying? This topic just came to me because I was picking up some food. I was door dashing. I do DoorDash, if you didn't know. I was door dashing. Well, I was to do Uber Eats, but I was doing one of those, and I want to go pick up some food. And there was this lady that was there. I thought she was also doing DoorDash. Cause dude, honestly, at this restaurant, bro, like, they be lagging. Like, lagging. And I've never tried the food, so I don't know if it's good or not. It must be, because hella people be there all the fucking time. People are always ordering from there. What would you say? I think they're the owners, the ones that stay there all the time because they're always fucking there. Their customer service is trash. And I'm like, how the fuck do people come and eat here if the service is so fucking horrible? Like, I would not want to go eat at a place. I don't care how good the food is, because you just feel the energy. And I'm not like saying like it's bad energy, but it's like, bro, like, if you're not trying to be there, then like, why are you there? Like, you just feel it. And like, I don't want to be eating around those vibes. So, because a lot of people pick up from there, I'm telling you, they're always fucking ordering from there. There's always people. And the DoorDashers, like, other people already know, like, do like that they be lagging and everything, right? Like, it'd be so funny. I already know how they are. So if I have another order, I'll go pick that one up or take care, whatever. Like, I just, whatever. Or if they'd have to pay me really good in order to go fucking pick up at that place. Anywho, I feel like I'm hella getting it to DoorDash. But it's because it's part of this little thing. I like go and I show them like, oh, I'm here to pick up for, whatever. And they just like stare at me. And I'm like, did you not just hear me? And I don't go in rudely or anything. I already know how they are, their vibe and everything. And it's not because they're rude and they're probably in a negative space. I'm not going to reciprocate that energy, I'm still going to be me. I'm still going to be positive. Like, I wish them positivity. They probably need some positivity in their life. They need some healing, baby. I come in with a smile. I smile at them because they don't smile at all. And I'm like, hunty, let's see that beautiful smile. Or they're like, oh, not ready. And then I ask, oh, well, like, how long will it take? I don't know. And it's like, dude, it just be wild. So they have like, whatever, their lines usually like this way. And the DoorDashers usually that go and pick up the food or whatever come like on this side, because I'm not going to wait in line because I'm there to pick up. I'm not about to fucking wait in line if I'm there to pick up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm in and out trying to get the food and like, we out. So they were there and it looked like they were fucking waiting because they were just like, they weren't even in a line. They were like in a little, so I was like, they're probably fucking waiting. So I went to the front and I was like waiting for the lady so I could tell her, hey, I'm here to pick up this order. A female next to me, rude as fuck, was like, oh, we're all here waiting. I'm here waiting. And that person is also here waiting. He's in front of you. And I was like, okay, are you guys here to pick up? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, well, have you told her you're here to pick up? And she's like, no. And I'm like, okay, well then tell her, like, then what the fuck are you waiting for? After that, like, the lady came and I was like, well, are you gonna fucking tell her? Like, or is somebody gonna fucking go up and like tell her? I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just like, be cool. I'm gonna be cool and like wait and see until like cause then they like, oh, in order for Lucy, who's here to pick up for Lucy, whatever. And then like if I had Lucy's name, I'd be like, oh, me, whatever. Nothing. They weren't doing fucking anything. And then she gave an order to the other person that was waiting there, and still nothing. So I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna fucking say something. Like, like, cause what the fuck? Like, obviously we're out here waiting. Like, let's get it going. So I guess it was her, that female. It was an older guy, and then it was me. The older guy then says something, and he's like, oh, I'm here to pick up her, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, oh, okay, okay, this, whatever. And then, like, the girl just, like, looks at me, and I was like, well, in my head, too, I was like, I thought you were fucking here first. Like, that's what you need to speak up. You need to fucking say something. And dude, you could just feel her vibe. Like, you guys, I'm so on like feeling the vibes. I never judge nobody like by how they look or anything like that. But I literally feel the vibes. And I feel like we all can feel the vibes, but some of us, are blocked. We're not connected to ourselves, to our true selves, and to our soul, because we feel it. Like, we feel the vibes. When you enter a room, you feel the energy and what's going on. You feel if you should be there or if you shouldn't be there. I learned this, like, obviously I connected to myself, and I've, tried to unblock and like, all this good stuff. And when I used to go to places, I would call it anxiety or some shit like that, when people say social anxiety or whatever. And it's not technically anxiety, but when I would go to a place or with a group of people and I felt some type of way, I was getting the vibes. Like, myself was trying to tell me I shouldn't be there. Like, that's not good energy for me. And now if like I feel something, I'm like, okay, I need to, like, this is not my scene. This is not my environment. I gotta go. Where the fuck was I? Well, whatever, right? And then the lady was like, well, so much for me waiting here. Like, I was here first and he just went, some shit like that, but she was just so like negative and rude. And it's like, okay, well, like, if you really want your order, like, if you were there waiting, you should have just said something, but you shouldn't be rudely about it. And then it just clicked to me and I was like, dude, like, people can just be so freaking negative. Like, you don't want to be. And I just like thought to myself, I'm gonna stay calm. I'm not gonna tell her anything back. Like, obviously she's going through something or something, I don't know. But I was like, you just don't want to be that. You don't want to be that negative person. You just don't want to, because people just see it. People see it and they feel it. And I was like, yo, like, if you're going through something or whatever, or if you're like in this negative space, don't take it out on other people, and I'm not saying like fake it. Well, honestly, I mean, don't fake it, but like, you just have to remind yourself that you are positive, and you have to keep repeating, like the affirmations. That's when the affirmations come in, and just trying to turn that negativity into positivity. Like, why are you negative? Negativity just brings you negativity. You're only going to attract negativity, and you're just what was the point of then I thought, like, what was the point of her telling me that? And if you obviously she probably wanted to get her food first and like just bounce, like get it, quick and easy. So what was the point of telling me if that other guy, like cutted you or whatever, And that's what she like then basically thought after, and like she was just there with like a face, you guys. And then like after that happened, it's like you could just feel it, how like she kind of felt like bad for telling me that in a way. Because shit, Hunty, you should have told him, or like, what I'm saying? But I was just like, you don't want to be that negative person. Because see, like, she didn't get nothing out of it. And like, I'm not saying like karma or anything like that, but it's like, she was over here telling me stuff. Like, I wasn't trying to cut anybody or anything, I'm just there to pick up the food. And this guy then cutted you. Like, he went in front of you when, when it was her turn, whatever. She basically said it herself. I was like, well, auntie, like, like, well, I mean, whatever, like, that's on you. But you just don't want to be that negative person, my peeps. Like, a lot of people, like I said, might not feel the vibes. I'm big on vibes, you guys. Like, I feel them. I feel it, you know? And for us that do feel the vibes and see it, like, obviously I feel when there's like negativity there. Or, you see the negativity. And because with negative people, you just don't feel it. You see it. Like that person was just like so rude and like saying all this stuff. Like, yeah, obviously, I would speak up too and say, hey, like, I was hearing like, but you don't have to say it rudely. You don't have to say it in like a meanish way and like, say all of this stuff. Like, just be like, hey, like we're in line, we're waiting for our food. Like the line starts over there or whatever, like not with the face or then like mugging people or anything like that. I wouldn't want to be around that. I wouldn't want to talk or associate with any type of negative person or any just negative energy, and nothing good comes out of it. Negativity just attracts negativity. It does not attract positivity. That's why you want to start talking to yourself with positive things and just, positive affirmations, just, being kind to yourself. Like, that's just a reflection on them. Like I said before, I feel bad for them because if that person, was talking to me rudely and in a mean way, it's a fact that she talks to herself like that. And I don't get mad at how she spoke to me, at what she told me or anything like that. I feel bad for her, She talks to herself that way. Like, how can you talk to yourself that way? Like, I don't talk to myself that way. I talk to myself so nice, with love, I take care of myself. Like, I wish you healing, hunty, some positivity because shit, I feel bad for you because you are talking to yourself like that. Like, you be talking like that to yourself. Like, I feel bad for you, hunty, And that's why you just don't want to be like that. And like you see, like, that's just a reflection of them. You know what I'm saying? Pay attention to yourself. Look at yourself. How are you speaking to yourself? How are you treating yourself? Because you guys, that's how people treat themselves. Like, let me say, like, if you're treating yourself bad and talking to yourself rudely with an attitude, mean all the time, you're gonna be talking to others like that. If you talk kindly to yourself with love and just, with positive things to yourself, you're always going to talk positively to others. You don't want to be that negative person. You want to be that positive person that lights up a room, that just lights up people, like that people want to be around you, around your energy and stuff like that. Like I know there's positive people out there. I don't know. Not everybody's negative. My environment right now is like, it's not like the environment I would want to be in. I just like stay in my place, like I'm literally always home. I'm such a homebody because that's where I feel me, like the safest in a way where, I'm just like with my energy. I hung out with people that weren't the greatest energy where I would get that feeling, but I would just fight it. But that was also when I was like drinking and doing drugs. So it's like I would numb myself and I wouldn't feel the vibes. I wouldn't feel it. But when I was like soberish or whatever, I was also thinking about this the other day. If I were to hang out with those people now, I wouldn't even know what the fuck to talk about. Like if I was how I am now before, I'm like how, like what did we even talk about? Honestly, there was no connection. There was no true connection. The only thing we knew how to do together was drink, smoke, do drugs, or fucking whatever, Because I was like literally thinking about that and I was like, yo, like, I feel like they just weren't my true peeps, like people I really connect with. They were just a whole different vibe. And I'm not saying it's, it's them, whatever, but I'm just a whole different vibe. You know what I'm saying? I'm all about growth. I'm all about healing. And shit, even fucking some family members think I'm fucking crazy. They say I'm weird and all this shit because of that. And it's like, bruh, like, family that's supposed to support you and all this shit think you're fucking weird and shit. Like, imagine other fucking people. People think differently. We're all different. We're all unique. We all have different beliefs. We all have different goals. And that's another thing too. Like, I just feel like our goals, my goals are different. You know what I'm saying? But back to the negativity and all that stuff. Yeah, you guys don't want to be that fucking negative person. You want to be that positive person. That way, you know, like, people want to be around you. They want to hang out with you. Positivity attracts positivity. Negativity attracts negativity. If you're just negative, you're just going to attract negativity. And people that are just full of negative, like, you know, people that aren't loyal, people that are not trustworthy, that don't know how to love because they won't know how to love themselves, you know. And then that's where, like, all the drama begins. And drama here, drama that, disloyalty this, disloyalty that. Oh, I thought you were my friend. You know what I'm saying? Just all that not good stuff. But that's because you're negative and you're attracting all that into your life. Like, let's work slowly into positivity, into that positive vibe. How can you do that? Hunty, by how you treat yourself, how you talk to yourself first. Honestly, how are you talking to yourself? Talk to yourself nicely. Say those positive affirmations. It's hard at first. Honestly, I've been having a couple, not an issue, but like, I've just kind of stopped saying them. Well, I say them, but like, I'm trying to get back into my routine, into my schedule, and scheduling in, like, not just once, but like all those, you know, like little times throughout the day where I'm like having some time to myself and just like either meditating or like saying those positive affirmations, getting in front of the fucking mirror and just reminding myself who I am and admiring myself, truly loving myself, and like really feeling it, you know, because there's one thing about, like, you know, just saying it, but you have to really feel it and believe it. Just fucking love yourself and just say, like, dude, you are beautiful. You are positive. I love you like I love me, you know, just the way you are. And, you know, it's like with whatever, like, you're trying to do, love yourself through every step, you know? And it's because, like, I was, like, in this thing where, like, how can I explain it? Where I don't know, like, there's just I'm going through a lot of stuff right now. Not like big stuff, but it's just like, you know, I feel like some feelings are here and there and some thoughts as well. And, you know, I'm like, I know it's not right. And like, because of my whole schedule thing. And I just feel like, you know, kind of bad. And I'm like, fuck, see, I didn't do this. I didn't do that. But I'm like, hey, like, that's still showing love to me. I'm not going to hate it. I like hate myself or like, you know, talk shit to myself. But it's like, I acknowledge it, you know, and I'm trying to do something about it. And that's showing love to myself, you know. It's also not just like saying you need to take these actions and do it and show that love to yourself. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's not like I'm negative or anything like that. I'm going to negativity. I'm still positive. But you know, we're going to remain positive. We're all positive vibes here, my peeps. Like I said, you know, get my little crystals, you know, get some meditating, you know, some yoga, just some good vibes, you know, drinking your juices. I've been having like this little tea time with myself, just like at the end of the day, you know, just really, you know, having tea time, just fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like by myself. It's like a little tea party I have with me. It's lit. But if you haven't checked out my bracelets in my Etsy shop, go check them out. They're like little handmade bracelets that I made that have crystals in them. Don't be that negative person. Be that positive person. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for tuning into the good positive vibes. Speak good vibes to yourself. Speak good vibes to others as well. Thank you so much for listening, watching, however you're taking this podcast. I hope you guys have a positive, beautiful day. And I will talk to you guys soon. Peace.